All right, we got talented writer Hayden Jameson on the show today. Hayden, thank you for coming on, man. How you doing today? And Happy New Year, by the way.
Thank you. Happy New Year to yourself.
Thank you, thank you. So last time I seen you, we were just talking that you were, I believe you were intermediate at the time, and this was at Walton, and you just recently turned pro. That was one of my questions for you when you were going to move up and how long you were in the intermediate class. But it looks like you already turned pro.
Yeah, I took home some of the provincial championships for intermediates, so I just moved up. I think it's the best. A lot more competition in pro, obviously,
Hmm.
and a lot more races too. Different races, I should say. Different
Yeah.
track.
Congratulations on turning pro. How long were you actually in the intermediate class for?
1 year.
One
Just
year?
this. Yeah.
Wow, most guys go about 2 years, man. You only sat there for 1 year, huh? And how was your season in 2022? How did it go for you?
It was amazing. I think we hit every single AMO race. Those are all good. I got a championship 450 intermediate, 250, or no, sorry, open 250 intermediate.
Okay. Um, did you achieve all your goals you wanted to in the intermediate class? Or is there something that you left out that you wanted to achieve, or you just when did you felt like it was right for you to turn up? Was it I mean turn pro? Was it right because you finished off the ammo series well, or was you felt that
I
you were ready?
I think I would have moved up either way, even if I didn't get the championships, because my team, like Shorzy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he wanted me to move up either way because, well, he thinks I'm ready, and obviously I think I'm ready too. I wouldn't have moved up if I didn't. Like, I think I got something to put out there for those big guys. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Those big dogs.
That's what's up, man. So you're pro Canadian pro, but you're not going to consider yourself pro in the States. So say if you go back to Florida, are you going to race the pro class there?
I'll probably be racing A. Not
Okay.
well. I guess A is pretty much pro down there. You just don't have a pro license.
Yeah, correct. So what are you looking at for 2023? I mean, it's is your schedule going to be the same? Well, obviously it's going to probably be a little bit different since you're racing pro now. But what do you got selected in the pro ranks?
I think we're hitting all of them. We're going up to BC, all those ones up there.
Hmm.
Uh, Definitely all the ones in Ontario for sure. Quebec, hit those. We hit those every year.
Right on, right on. Man, I had a bunch of
Pro days. Now I'll be racing them.
nice. That's true. That's true. I had a bunch of questions because I thought you were still in the intermediate class, man, and you moved up. But I got a question for you. Like right now is the off season. You don't get too much training here in Canada. You only got so many months per year where you can actually ride. And right
Yeah.
now is your off season. Do you feel like when you went over to Florida to race, was that a disadvantage for you?
I would think it's an advantage.
And why is that?
Just the experience, honestly. Racing down in Minios was the craziest thing ever. Just an eye opener.
Hmm.
How fast people are down there. Like, it's a whole different world.
Was
And
that your
what?
fir-
Pardon?
was that your first time going down there on experiencing something like that on that level?
I went down on 50s when I was a kid for Loretta's, but it was still super competitive just because it was for Loretta's. All the little kids on these crazy bikes. It was fun to me, but I don't know. This is the first time I experienced it with like like I haven't raced on a big bike down there.
Are you now that you're pro, are you going to do some selected races in the A class out in the states, or are you just going to stick to like all the
Uh
stuff that's back here in Canada?
no, we're hitting the. I'm going back actually on Tuesday to
Hmm.
Florida to. We're gonna go do the Winter Am series down there.
Okay, but you're not doing anything like Daytona,
Oh,
any Freestone or anything like that.
I'm hitting up Daytona this year, and I'm gonna try to talk Shorzy into taking me to Freestone because I think that'd be a race to go to. Texas,
Hmm.
fast kids exposure down there.
Yeah, yeah. There's some fast kids coming out of Florida and Texas area, as you know. You know, you've been down there and you raced. Um, my question, Shorzy, how do you feel like he's benefited your program?
Oh, the training is just so much different. I've had other trainers, different programs, stuff like that, but my parents and me have just seen like a lot of. I've just moved up like just my like skill, technique, everything. Just a lot of different stuff that we work on every day.
Okay. Now we all know that being pro is a whole different ball game.
Yeah,
Um, Even just going to the states and racing, the A class is a different ball game, and I consider the A class like a minor league to major league. But you're jumping right into Canadian major league. Do you feel that your your speed, your stamina is ready for something like that?
my stamina for sure is there. Like I can run long motos hard. It's just I got to work on consistency every single lap. The same thing, right? Just that's the big thing. Like in the pro ranks, you can go fast for a few laps, but can you do it for 30 minutes?
Exactly.
That's a big question. So I got good stamina, like working out all the time, especially at Shoresy's Bodies by Peyton. Uh, he's a trainer that Shoresy hired, and he's really good. He's got his own gym there on site, so we do that every morning
Hmm.
and afternoon, and then we'll obviously do our riding. It's a pretty good schedule there.
Good, good.
Like,
So when you go there and you race into Florida, you race the A class. Now, say that these guys are just, they're going to be fast. You got to expect that. You already know that these guys are going to be fast. When you come back, when you come back to Canada and you race against the pro guys here, and I'm sure you'll qualify and do everything that you need to make it there. But it's a whole nother ball game, dude. Like it's gonna be tough, man. And obviously you know that, but mentally, are you prepared for that as well?
yeah, I think that's a big part of motocross, especially in the pro levels. If you get in your head too early, like especially in the season, first if you get in your head in the first race, you're done for the rest of the season. I think even if you have a bad race, just stay positive. You know, if you bring yourself down, that's only going to make it worse. So I think for like mentally, I think I'm okay with that because I know it's my first year. I'll give myself some slack, but I'm still hoping to do good. Obviously,
Yeah.
like I'm gonna go out there and lollygag just because it's my first year. I gotta go out there and put something out there for those guys.
Have you been able to train with any of the Canadian pros where you can actually kind of just pace yourself from them and see where you're at?
Last year in Florida at the Shoals, I was training with Quinn Amiot. Uh, we trained with Tanner Ward, Dylan Rempel, and a bunch of other guys that come out to Shoresy all the time.
Mm-hmm.
We all, a lot of pro guys go out there and train, and we're always out there, so it's pretty good, especially to see where you are, like to see like the little seconds that make a big difference in a long moto.
Mm-hmm.
You 2 seconds off a guy, but those 2 seconds every single lap make a big difference,
Yeah.
especially in
Now, are you gonna be racing 250 or are you gonna be racing 450?
the 250.
250.
Yeah,
Right on, right on.
I don't know if I'm gonna get. I don't know if I'm gonna keep the 450 for training. I think it would be a good idea just to condition a little bit for the 250.
Wise idea. What else I got for you, man? I'm kind of making a lot of things up because I thought you were intermediate. You surprised me when you said you hit the pros, man.
Anyway,
uh, like I said, congratulations on that, man. And I want to wish you the best. And be just jumping into the pro ranks. Like I said, I know it's a whole nother ball game, man. But you got speed, you got talent, and I'm looking to see you mix it up out there with the big boys now, man.
I'm open to. Yeah, that's the plan. You know,
Hmm.
especially I think riding down to the states gives me like I think it's an advantage for sure because when I was racing B, those guys were crazy fast. Like through I think it top five down to or no, yeah, fifth place to like last place. Everybody's fast. Like if you're in that mix, it feels like you're racing for like the lead the whole
Hmm.
time. Like you pass some kid, in Canada they might just like let go, whatever. But like there, it's like they're battling right back. Like doesn't matter where you are, you always have someone to battle with.
Yeah,
Right?
everybody's pinning it to win it, right?
Yeah, the intensity down there is definitely a lot higher than in Canada. I think.
Okay, well, it's good for you to go down there and get some training and prep yourself for your first national, man. I spent a little bit of time racing with those boys, and like I said, most of the Canadian guys, the fast guys, definitely get out of Canada for a while to be able to work on their speed and technique. If you feel that you had a, if you feel like you had one weak spot or a couple weak spots in your program to improve yourself to up your game, what would you feel like your weak spot would be? What can you improve?
Uh, Probably my sprint speed, because I noticed down in the States that this was like a big thing for me. It was usually like the first laps of the race were like the most important down there because they were such short motos, and those guys would just right off the bat go in for it. No hot lap, just whipped, right? Throw down a fast, two fast laps, and they've already gained like 5 seconds on me, and it's too late. By the time I get used to it, like after like 3 laps, maybe, I'll start putting in a hard pace, but it's already too late. Like I think I just have to work on that. But I wasn't really used to the track. Like
Mm-hmm.
there, I think it was practice. I hopped on thinking everybody's just gonna roll everything, and then all of a sudden I'm getting jumped over. I'm like, all right, well, all those guys have raced down there for many years, so it's not new. Those tracks they've raced them every year.
Yeah, that's true. Um, are you planning on? I know you're planning on doing all the nationals. Are you jumping into any supercross? Does that kind of wanna something you think consider doing?
Uh, I don't. I haven't really rode much Supercross, but I'm okay at it. Like for not really training it, I would say. So I think I'm gonna try it this year for sure because I think Shoresy's planning on building a nice Supercross track for us.
Okay.
So I'll probably be racing those.
Okay. Now let's. I want to say when you were at the mini O's and you were just talking about like you don't have that straight spin spree right off the back. I noticed in one of the motos, and I think it was a schoolboy class, where you kind of got caught up in some stuff, and then you had a charge from the back to kind of. I think I seen you on the mini O's, and I think you were. I think it might have been a last LCQ that you were in, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
But you were charging from the back. But to sum up all your motos being there, do you think that that was one of your better motos being there?
Yeah. One of those LCQs. I felt like I was on fire. Like there was a few that I felt I just couldn't pass some guys in front of me, and it was making me a little mad. Obviously, so I felt like I could pass them, but I just couldn't find a spot to.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta kind of be a little more aggressive, and you know not be afraid to push around a little bit. Which to the end of Supercross, I think I got used to it a little bit. But you know,
Mm-hmm.
if only I could do that right off the start.
Well, that's something you like you said you got to work on, and you're gonna get tested when you go down into Florida in the next week or so. When you're down there training and racing, those guys are gonna be all sprinters, so that's gonna kind of put you in the field where you're gonna be able to pick up and learn from while you're there. But I want to say thank you, Hayden. I appreciate your time on Blacklisted Mx. Is there anything else that you want to get out there? Any plugs that you want to give before we wrap this thing up?
Uh, well, I'd like to thank my trainer Shorzy, obviously my parents for making everything possible. Compound 138, SRS Motorsports, Callus Moto, Barry and Colin Chevy, Al from Barry and Colin Chevy, um, Bodies by Peyton, JR Excavating, Southwest Marine Power Sports for giving us the amazing Yamahas, obviously. Uh, Everybody else I forgot, thank you.
Right on, right on.
This anytime.
Right on. Yeah, definitely, man. When you get into Florida, man, if you got time, we can probably do another one. I just want to see how you're doing out there and how you're prepping and how training's going for you.
We can set up something when I'm out there. I'll shoot you a text and we'll plan out something.
All right, sounds good, man. And I wish you the best of luck while you're there, man. And have a good time, dude. Stay on two wheels, man.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
Not a
You
problem. Thank you.